Welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts update video, and this is going to be a Black Friday Christmas haul. And joining me today as usual are the ladies, Miss Hannah and Miss Heidi. Now I don't have an awful lot to show you. I kind of went quality over quantity this time, but I do have a little pile here of kind of miscellaneous stuff. I got a little pile of the Scream Factory double features that I was missing. I got some new 4K editions that I picked up at deep discount. They had a Blue Underground sale, and it was a pretty good sale. So I got a few of those, of the 4K upgrades. I got a beautiful box set edition from Ronin Flicks, Day of the Woman, I Spit on Your Grave. I will go through and show you guys that. And I got a pretty good stack here from Vinegar Syndrome. So let's, I lit a candle. I'm in chill mode tonight. Let's go through and see what I picked up for Black Friday. And yeah, let's do it. Get a beverage, kick your feet up, and let's check it out. So I think what I will do first is go through this little miscellaneous pile, kind of get that out of the way, and then we'll move on to the Scream Factory stuff. The first one I got was an Amazon purchase, and this is a Shudder original series. This is Creepshow Season 2. And like I said, I ordered it from Amazon. It did not come with a slipcover, and I'm not sure if this was issued with a slipcover, so you guys will have to let me know in the comments section, because if it did, it's going to bother me and I'm going to have to track that down. And this I already owned. This is the Season 1 Creepshow, and it did come with a slipcover. So I'm kind of hoping that this one also does and I can track that down. I really enjoy the show. I think it's very well done. I like what Greg Nicotero does, and I think the stories are creepy. It's a great little anthology series, and kind of the same vein as like, Creepshow, the movies, and Tales from the Crypt, and shows like that. I'm glad to see these type of shows are coming back. I didn't quite finish Season 1. I think I have a couple more episodes to finish. And I will do that before I get into Creepshow 2, though you don't really need to watch these in any particular order. But this is 11 Terrifying Tales. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. And it says it also has an animated special, a holiday special. And that art is pretty beautiful. You can see some of the actors. Some pretty big names, a lot of names from the 80s, such as Kevin Dillon. C. Thomas Howell is in here. Kiefer Sutherland. So there's quite a few big-time names in the show. And I'm very happy to have that in the collection. My only gripe, though, like I said, is it didn't come with the slip, and I was pretty disappointed when I saw that. So I don't know if it was issued with one. That's the thing, and this just recently came out, so I'm thinking it may not have been released with a slip, but you guys will have to let me know that. Comment down below. The next two were movies that came from the Disney Movie Club, and you would think that I would learn my lesson by now. I am a member of the Disney Movie Club. And what that means is you get really good discounts on their catalog, but it also means that they send you out their monthly choice of movies. And they give you the option to decline it, and often I forget to do that because I do have paperless, and I'm supposed to go on my account and check each month and tell them, yes or no. And these were the choices of the month for December, which is Anastasia and Thumbelina. And these technically are not Disney label movies, although they are, they're 20th Century Fox, and Fox is owned by Disney, so yes, they are Disney movies, but they're not Disney movies, if that makes sense. But these two came together. I think it was $33 for 2 movies, so it's not too bad, I guess. But I never owned either of these movies. I've never seen either of them. But they do come with really nice slipcovers. They have almost like a plastic feel to them. They're pretty firm and sturdy. They don't feel like paper. It almost feels like a kind of a plastic slip. But it is definitely like a cardboard. But it looks like they both come with a Blu-ray and a DVD and a digital code. So I thought I'd throw those in with the pickups for this month. I gotta be more vigilant on declining the ones I don't want. I mean, I could always send them back too, but I might as well just keep them. And then here was a surprise of the month for me. I didn't even know this existed, and I'm a huge fan of both Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. And they had a crossover movie called Straight Outta Nowhere. And I watched it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. They brought back Matt Lillard did the voice for Shaggy, and you may know him. Matthew Lillard did the voice for the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. I think he pretty much took over that role now. It seems like he's doing the live-action and the animated. Thea White came back for her last role as Muriel, and she has now since passed away. She passed away shortly before this was released, I guess. She finished the movie, but before it had a chance to be released, she passed away a couple of months ago. And Frank Welker still comes back to do the voice of Fred. And Frank Welker has been doing Fred's voice since the 60s. And I'll tell you what, man, he did not change a bit. His voice sounds exactly the same, and it still works. He still nails the voice of Fred. It's very, very good. And the little guy that plays Courage, what was his name? Marty something. He comes back to do the voice of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Even though it's more or less just noises that Courage makes, he doesn't really have a vocabulary. I mean, he'll say a few words here and there, but he does a lot of like just little grunts and screams and moans and stuff like that. But the original voice guy came back for that. Well, I guess it was unfortunate to hear that John Dilworth, who was the creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog, had nothing to do with this project. I'm not sure why, and I know like about a year or so ago, John Dilworth was actually trying to get Cartoon Network to pick up Courage the Cowardly Dog again. He wanted to kind of bring it back, revamp it, or just kind of revitalize it. But unfortunately, I don't think Cartoon Network wants Courage to come back. Although now with this new movie, maybe they're thinking about it. I don't know. Or maybe this is just a one-off between the two of these franchises together. But like I said, I enjoyed it. It was a pretty long movie, too, for a cartoon movie. I think it was like an hour and 20 minutes. Hour and 18 minutes right there. 78 minutes, hour and 18 minutes. So it was definitely a fun watch. The cartoon takes place in nowhere, where Courage the Cowardly Dog's family live. So this was set in the Courage universe, and Scooby-Doo was visiting that universe. And there was some pretty good action in the movie. I enjoyed it. So let's continue. I'll pause it here for a moment, and we'll get into the Scream Factory double features I picked up. Okay, so I have a little stack here. I picked up 4 double feature titles from the Scream Factory catalog. These are all very, very affordable still. I picked these up on Amazon. I think they were $20 or less for each of these titles. I also did pick up 2 of them that were out of print, and I had to pick those up on eBay, but they haven't arrived yet. So I will definitely show those in a different video, in a different update video down the road, probably in January sometime when those do finally come in. And I have a list of ones I need. So if you guys stick around till the very end of the video, I will go in a different room and record a little shelf area and show you guys all the double features I have. I like to do that for just for video's sake, to kind of keep a video log of the things that I own and stuff like that. So I will show a, I guess not shelf by shelf video, but there's only, I think I have like 10 of them or 12. I'll go through and show you guys all the ones that I have up to date, and then I'll kind of show you guys the ones I get as they come in update videos. So the first double bill, you guys saw this already in front of you. Roger Corman presents Munchie and Munchies, and I have never seen either of these movies, and I can't recall ever even hearing about these movies, and they're definitely 80s, low budget. There you can see what the creature looks like. There's Lonnie Anderson from the 80s. It looks like it was from 1987 was Munchies, and 1992 was Munchie. Not going to spend too much time on these because I've never seen them or heard of them before, but I want to get all of the Scream Factory double features. And I know some of them are labeled as Shout Factory double features too, so I'm going to get all the Scream and Shout double features and kind of keep them together. The next one, and again, I think I paid like on average about $15 to $17 a piece for these. This one's called Love at First Bite and Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. The thing about these double features is when they're in print, they're very, very inexpensive, but when they go out of print, I mean, some of them, I don't have to tell you guys, but some of these are like $100, $120, which is ridiculous to me. But if you're patient and you wait, you'll find one at a good price eventually, and that's what I do. It's the thrill of the hunt and the fun of the hunt. You don't have to, you know, if you have a fear of missing out, FOMO, you could really go broke quick. And if you have a fear of missing out on every title and you buy every title at scalpers prices, you may be a FOMO sexual. I'm just saying. But no, all jokes aside, here's the next one, The Outing and The Godsend. I've seen this go anywhere from like $20 to $40 or $50, but I got it for around the 20 mark. So I picked it up, and for a while it was on Amazon too, but for a while the seller that I had it in my cart, and it said it was out of stock for a while. But every once in a while, if you refresh it or go back and check your cart, you'll see that the seller gets more copies. So I got lucky when the seller got more copies, and I popped on this one because I think on eBay it was going for like 40-ish. The Outing, aka The Lamp, which has a nice Vinegar Syndrome copy too. It's from 1987. And The Godsend from 1980. Glad to have that in the collection. And the last one for this video is called Naked Vengeance and Vendetta. 2K scans of the films. Naked Vengeance from 1985 and Vendetta from 1986. So if you guys have any comments about these movies, you can go ahead and leave any comments down below. Just keep it spoiler free, please. And we are going to get in now to the, I guess we'll do the Blue Underground 4K stuff. So let's check them out. Okay, so the latest edition of Dead and Buried that I picked up was the, let me see here if I can get that effect for you so you can see. The guy is kind of tied up in a net. If you've seen the movie, you know what scene this is. And then he gets burnt up. They torch him, the townfolk do, and you can see his charred corpse. That is the latest edition that I picked up from Dead and Buried from Blue Underground. Deep Discount had a really nice sale on these during Black Friday. I'm not sure if that sale is still going on. I haven't checked, but normally these go for probably like on average I'd say about $36 to $40 for these movies. And Deep Discount had them about $6 cheaper, so they were right around $29, $30 a piece. So I popped on a few of these. I got about 5 or 6 different 4K titles that I needed to upgrade for the collection. And I thought, you know, a $5 or $6 savings per Blu-ray for each 4K was a good enough deal for me to go ahead and pop on. So that is the latest one right there, and I'll show you the other editions that I have. This is the DVD limited edition, and this was numbered. I think these were limited to 10,000. I got 4214. This was the standard issue 1080p Blu-ray that came out, let's see if they have it listed on the back, 2015. And this was the other lenticular cover I picked up, the 4K, that's called The Needle to the Eye. Pretty cool. I also picked up the New York Ripper, and I watched all of these on 4K, and this looks fantastic. And this is such a great movie to me. Not many people talk about this one, and it kind of shocks me, but this is a very good slasher movie. It's a little bit thinner though. I'll show you the difference in thickness. This is the Dead and Buried, and that's the regular New York Ripper 4K. I'm not sure why it's so much thinner than the other ones, but it looks fantastic on 4K. And then I'll show you some of the other New York Ripper editions that I own. I already had these. I just pulled these out for the video. This is the 3-disc with the 4K scan with that lenticular plate. Looks really nice. And here was the original standard Blu-ray 1080p that came out in 2009 from Blue Underground. So we'll put that off to the side and keep moving, because I also picked up Maniac Cop 2. And this comes again with that thick case. This time it's black again. And here was the Blu-ray DVD combo that I had previously. Slipcover. That's basically the same issue. Same cover art, everything, just that this is the 4K now and this is the Blu-ray DVD combo. So open these up and see that they just have the on the left is the standard issue Blu-ray, and on the right here is the UHD, ultra high definition 4K. These do not have reversible covers. So I will put that slip cover on off camera. We'll just keep moving. I picked up Maniac Cop 3 on 4K, and like I said, for 29 bucks, and I think it was free shipping because I ordered them all together, so I thought that was a really good deal. But here's the 4K edition of Maniac Cop 3, and here is the standard issue Blu-ray DVD combo. Not much difference other than, I mean, they both have the unrated version. They both come with the Blu-ray, but this is the 4K also. There's 2 discs. So I was glad to add those to the collection. I also picked up Two Evil Eyes. This is a, I guess, anthology. There's 2 movies in one. They're each an hour long. One is by George A. Romero and one is by Dario Argento. And you have a 4K, and you also have the Blu-ray with the bonus features on it for this one. These are fun movies. Glad to have these. This one always had really cool releases, because I'll show you some of the other ones I have. This is a lenticular cover. This is the 3-disc edition. Comes with a Blu-ray, DVD, and a CD soundtrack. This is the standard issue 1080p Blu-ray. And this is the 2-disc DVD limited edition. I didn't pull out the DVDs for these because they're in a different room in a tote. I'm still not ready or set up to display those yet, so I didn't get a chance to dig through because it could have taken me a long time. I have so many movies that It just wasn't worth it for me to go dig the DVDs out. But you guys will see those all eventually once I get completely set up, which I'm not far away from closing in on that. I'm going to get my movie ready soon. See, I bought a house that, just really briefly, it's a fixer-upper, and I've been working on it little by little here and there. And I'm about 80% done with how I want it to be so far. And that last 20% is going to be like my movie room. I have a couple things I have to do in there yet. So rest assured that someday you guys will see my entire collection. I will do a shelf by shelf of everything I own, it's going to take me forever. It's going to be a series that's going to probably take several weeks of recording just to get the whole collection in, but you guys will see it someday. But these are the Two Evil Eyes editions that I have, and the last one from Blue Underground on 4K. I know there are more that I'm missing. The Final Countdown is one I want to pick up. I just didn't pull the trigger on that one yet. I'm not really in a hurry to get that because I do have it on Blu-ray. Eventually I will pick it up on 4K, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not in a hurry right now. And this is the 4K HD and special features on Blu-ray. The House by the Cemetery. I gotta say, I've seen this movie probably 5 or 6 times in my life, going back to VHS and all the way now up till 4K. And I just watched this again about a week ago, and I'm not really, the more I watch this movie, the less I like it. I don't think this is a very good movie. I know many of you out there will maybe disagree with me or give me a thumb down. That's fine. Do what you feel like you got to do. But the more I watch this movie, the less and less I like it. I think this is kind of a bad movie, actually. And I love Fulci, but it's just not a very good movie. Here's a 3-disc limited edition. That right there is amazing. I think that is so cool. That lenticular plate, you get a Blu-ray, DVD, and a CD soundtrack. To me, this is the definitive edition of it, only you're not getting the 4K. This is a much better edition than that one to me, other than, the only thing that this one brings that's better is the 4K, but other than that, this one's much better. You get a CD soundtrack, a way better looking movie on the cover. And then here is the standard issue 1080p Blu-ray that came out in 2011. All right, let me pause it here for a moment. I got to go get something to drink, and then we will get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, which is, like I said, it's not a lot, but it's quality over quantity this time. And I got a pretty cool box set from Ronin Flicks. Okay, so we just have this pile to go through for Vinegar Syndrome. We got the Ronin Flicks box set. I just wanted to rattle off a couple of titles that I would like to see Blue Underground release in deluxe editions with the 4K and CD soundtrack and stuff like that. Amsterdam is one that I would really love to see. Deep Red, City of the Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, The Prowler, Uncle Sam, Shockwaves, Stage Fright, and Shockwaves. I think all of those are definitely worthy of either 4K or a deluxe edition with like a CD soundtrack. So let's get into my Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday haul. And the first one here was a movie that was released several years ago on Blu-ray by Olive Films, and it was a very limited release, and it was a very rare Blu-ray, very expensive Blu-ray. I was lucky and I picked it up very early before it went out of print or whatever, and I still have it. I didn't pull it out for this video, but you'll see it someday. I was very glad to see that Vinegar Syndrome, not only did they release it, but they cleaned it up and they put it out in a beautiful box set for this little monster movie, creature feature type deal. Where I live in Wisconsin, ticks are a big nuisance, and not only do they get on livestock and deer and dogs, but they also get on people. You have to be very careful when you go out in the woods and tall grass and stuff like that, because these little buggers they latch onto you and they feed off your blood, and they carry tons of disease, and some of the diseases can be fatal if not caught early. There's a lot of different bloodborne diseases that they carry once they bite into your blood. Yeah, it's not a good thing, but these are really creepy animals, really creepy insects, and they're probably my least favorite between mosquitoes and ticks, I have no use for either of them, but ticks are worse in my opinion. But this one comes in a really nice outer shell box. I'm not sure why they decided to give this one this kind of treatment, but I'm glad they did. Look at that artwork, it's beautiful. And again, it did come with a slipcover as well. So the slipcover goes over the movie, goes into the slip box. And it's a 4K edition. It comes in a nice black case. So you get a Blu-ray of the movie here on the left, and you get the 4K Ultra HD on the right. I don't think there's a reversible cover. Oh, actually there is. It's the same image that's on that slipcover, so I'm not going to flip that. I'm going to keep it just like it is, because you have these two options, and this is the image that's on the outer shell. Very cool. Glad to have that in the collection. I'll put that together off camera. The next one is called Creature. And you know what? I should have probably, after this one, I'm going to pause it and pull these all out so I don't have to fumble around with them. But check out that cover. That's beautiful. You can see that the tips of the claws and the eyes have kind of like a reddish black finish to them, and the rest of the slipcover is kind of a matte finish. You can see that there's also kind of an enamel finish on the eyes of the mutant. Very, very cool. I think I've seen this movie before, but I can't say for sure. I read the synopsis on IMDb and it sounded very, very familiar, but I'm going to pop it in and give it a watch. But that's a really cool cover. And then here's the reverse. Pray you find it before it finds you. And here are some of the bonus materials if you would like to pause it and read those. This is a movie from 1985. Of course, this was one of the newest releases from Vinegar Syndrome from their Black Friday sale. It does have a reversible cover, and it actually has a third option. So you get this one where it's kind of an outer space type picture there, and then you also have that issue, or that image I should say, and then you have that image. So really, really nice. Beautiful edition. It says it's a low budget but very high ambition slice of mid-80s, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Creature, an outer space sci-fi horror film. Very much looking forward to checking that out, and if it's a movie I've seen before, I'll be glad to revisit it, I guess. So let me pause it really quick and we'll continue. Okay, so this next one I know for sure I have not seen. This is an Asian horror film called Ebola Syndrome. The cover is fantastic. Really nice. I flipped the cover already because it gave you this choice or that choice. I always like to flip it and have them different. So it does come with a Blu-ray and a 4K, and it comes with a booklet. Now I believe this may be in foreign language with English subtitles. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I think this is in Cantonese language. But I haven't popped it in to verify that. But it is a movie from 1996, 100 minutes running time. And we will flip through the book. Very thick pages, nice glossy, crystal clear images, tons of write-ups, everything that we love as collectors. I would have liked to have seen a couple more photos, but that's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm very easy to please as a collector. It doesn't take much to impress me. But when companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Scream Factory and Arrow Video and 88 Films, when they go that little extra, they put in that little extra effort, I really do appreciate that. So that is Ebola syndrome, and I'm looking forward to getting into this one. It sounds pretty cool. Now, those are the only pickups I got from Vinegar Syndrome, other than slipcovers that I was missing. I do want to show you one other thing really quick that I picked up for a friend overseas. My buddy Lee, if you're watching, Lee, I don't even know if you watch anymore, but we are planning to do a trade package. And Lee wanted this for his collection, so this was also part of that Black Friday sale. This is Flesh for Frankenstein. And it also comes with Frankenstein 3D. But this technically is not mine, so I didn't show it in my update video. That is for Lee. He's going to be sending me some stuff from the UK. Now, I'm always excited when Vinegar Syndrome releases slipcovers for movies that they had early on in their catalog that did not come with slipcovers. So the first one I have here is Graduation Day. I picked this up many years ago, and like I said, it didn't have a slipcover until now. And this is what the new slipcover looks like. It's beautiful. Really like the way that looks. And it's going to feel very good to complete this. Actually, I'll do it off camera and show you what they look like. I don't want to like jam it in there and ruin something. The next one I've had for many years is called Frightmare. Never released with a slipcover until now. This is what the slipcover looks like for Frightmare. Beautiful. I also picked up Don't Answer the Phone, and I could have sworn that I had this movie from Vinegar Syndrome. Well, I do have the movie, but it's from Scorpion releasing on Blu-ray and not Vinegar Syndrome. So I already now just went today and placed an order on eBay and found one for $15. So that'll be coming in probably after the new year or so, maybe next week. I don't know. With the holidays going on, it's hard to predict when shipping will come. But yeah, I do have this movie, but unfortunately I don't have the Vinegar Syndrome. I have the Scorpion releasing, so I can't quite complete that yet. But as long as I have the slip now, I'm cool with that, because you can always get the movie cheap, which I did. Like I said, I ordered it already. And then this was a very big surprise. I had no idea they were ever considering doing this. I have all of the Rudy Ray Moore movies. I've had these for many years already. I picked these up as soon as they come out. I love Mr. Dolomite, who is Rudy Ray Moore in real life. They came up with this beautiful box set. So you get all 4 movies, which I have, and you get a nice little box to store them in now. You get Dolomite, The Human Tornado, P.D. Wheatstraw, and Disco Godfather. A lot of those were characters in his stand-up routine. He used to be on the stand-up circuit with Red Fox back in the day, and Red Fox actually got him his start. These guys were very good friends back in the day. And Rudy Ray Moore he was a decent comedian. He was never really that funny, but he's a great kind of a blaxploitation actor. He never really made it huge with his comedy routine, but he was still popular enough that he would draw people in. So yeah, I get to finally put all 4 of these movies into a box set, so that's going to be nice. So let me pause it. I'm going to get all these movies put in their proper place, and I'll show you what they look like with the slipcovers on, and we will move on to the last item. So it's a very satisfying feeling to me to put the movies in their slipcovers. So here's what they look like with the slipcovers. Just wanted to kind of show that. Now these will also be going into a plastic sleeve or plastic little kind of these boxes that I pick up. So they're going to have nice protection, but this is what they all look like. And then here are the Rudy Ray Moore movies in this box set. So that really feels good. Like I said, it's a very satisfying feeling, especially if you're a collector and you have OCD and everything just kind of comes together like that. It feels great. So, all right, let me pause this for a moment. I'm going to go put these in plastic, put them on the shelves, and then we're going to go through this box set and we will conclude the video. Okay, so the last item was a purchase that I picked up during Black Friday. from Ronin Flicks, and I believe this was normally a $70 box set on his website, and he was selling it for half price. It was like $35, and it was shipped free. And it came in this beautiful box, which I already took the stuff out, but I'll show you that in a minute. But it housed the box set right here, and underneath this little cardboard sleeve thing, there was a couple of posters underneath, and as well as a refrigerator magnet, which is the image, the poster image from I Spit on Your Grave. I think there's 2 magnets in there actually, because there's a sequel, and we're going to go through and I'm going to show you guys everything that the box set included. So here's the box. It's a pretty big box. It housed 3 Blu-rays, and I'll get to those in a minute, but it's a very sturdy, very well made box set. I'm very happy with this. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's well worth the $35 I paid for it. It's even, I would say it's worth the $70 price tag that it has. These have recently, though, been upgraded to 4K. These are just the regular Blu-ray, which that's all I really need for this movie. I Spit on Your Grave, a rape revenge movie. It's kind of a shocking movie, but it's, I think it's tame today. Compared to what it was back in the late 70s or early 80s when this came out. There's been so many different movies that came out with the same type of motif that, or the same type of theme, I should say, that it kind of left this one in the dust. But well, here's the original I Spit on Your Grave, also known as Day of the Woman. These look really good. I mean, it comes in these clear Blu-ray cases. It has reversible art. Here's the original title, Day of the Woman, and it was since changed to I Spit on Your Grave, starring Camille Keaton. She is still very active on social media, and she's very fan friendly. This is a movie from 1978, by the way, and back when I was on Facebook, I used to chat with her on Facebook Messenger. She's really cool. But I have since deleted my Facebook account. If you ever need to get a hold of me, you can find me on Messenger. I'm Todd E. Walnuts on Messenger, but I'll never bring Facebook back. Never. But anyway, there are the special features. There's a new location featurette. I love that kind of stuff. You get a 4K scan. You get audio commentary with the director and with Joe Bob Briggs, so that's pretty fun. Very cool. 101 minutes running time. I believe this is locked to region A too, by the way. And then here is the remake that they made many, many years later. This one I have not watched. It's called I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. It's from the same director that did the original one. It's also called Day of the Woman, Deja Vu. And this movie came out in 2018. And there's Camille Keaton. She kind of makes, I guess, a cameo in the movie. There have been many movies that used I Spit on Your Grave and different, remakes of it, but these are the only 2 official, I believe. There have been other ones that are kind of just riding the coattails of the name. But yeah, there's Camille Keaton. And interesting to know that she was related to Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton, I believe, was her grandfather. Buster Keaton Jr. was her father. I thought that was really fascinating. I didn't know that. I just recently learned that. It was either that or Buster Keaton Jr. was her grandfather. I don't recall, but she's definitely from the Keaton family lineage. And these are the 2 movies. I Spit on Your Grave and I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu. And it also comes with a 3rd Blu-ray. And this is a documentary by the same director who did the first 2 called Growing Up with I Spit on Your Grave. It's a feature-length documentary from 2019, 103 minutes. And it says, for the first time, explore the myths behind the controversial 1978 film I Spit on Your Grave with this new documentary, Growing Up with I Spit on Your Grave, 5 years in the making. exhaustive analysis of the history of the film, packed with never-before-seen footage and exclusive interviews, is what I Spit on Your Grave fan and cinephile has been waiting for. The movie is indestructible, it says. 40 years later, explore the myths behind... Oh, I just had a text. Sorry about that. Behind the most controversial films in motion picture history. Very cool. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, too, it just occurred to me. I believe that Camille Keaton was married to the director briefly. I think it only lasted a couple of years. Yeah, I believe that is true. I do remember now. I'm just thinking about it right here because I saw the picture of these two together. So this is the director on the right, and that's Camille Keaton, who is the lead actress in the original Day of the Woman. And I do believe that these two were married for at least like about 2 or 3 years, and it dissolved, I guess. I don't think there were any children in the marriage. And then it comes with this beautiful book and a couple posters, which I'll show at the end. So there you go. You guys may remember, or may not. Curious World and myself and a few other contributors made a video of our favorite top 10 kills in cinema. And one of the scenes was the bathtub scene from this movie. That was a fun list to put together, but YouTube yanked it, and they had it. They literally just took it off my channel. They said I couldn't have it up. And then several months later, out of the clear blue, I never disputed it or anything. And like 8 months, 10 months later, all of a sudden they said it was fine, but I had barely any views on it. So you guys probably didn't even get a chance to see that. I think it's still on my channel. I haven't even gone back to look. But Curious World, myself, and I think 8 other contributors, we made a top 10 kills list. It was pretty fun to do. So here's a poster. This is for I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. And on the flip side, has the image from the box set. Same image. Very cool image, though. I think it's great. I really love that image. And if you guys have ever seen this movie, you know how satisfying it is to see her get her revenge. It's really good. And that bathtub scene is probably the most memorable revenge scene in the movie. And here's the original poster art. And here's another little piece of trivia you guys may not know. I'm sure some of you do. Do you know whose derriere that is? Whose hinder that is on the back of the this is the original poster art. That is Demi Moore. That's her butt. That's Demi Moore, the actress. That is not Camille Keaton. Little trivia for you guys. But this is the original poster art. She is not in the movie at all. She was just an actress that they used, or a model, I should say, a model that they used to create this poster art. So that's Demi Moore's butt right there. All right, guys, if you want to see my double features for Scream Factory, stick around. I'll go through that really quick. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Oh, and by the way, this is what it looks like in the Ronin Flicks box. It just sits in there really nice. The posters are underneath. I put the magnet back in there, and this is where the box set sits. It looks really nice. I don't think I'll keep it in there, though. I'll definitely keep this box. I'll probably display it somewhere. I think it looks really cool. But I'll probably keep that on a shelf somewhere with the rest of my movies. All right, let's check out the Scream Factory double features. Okay, so we will do this very quick. I have a couple of notes, too, I'll talk about at the end of this video. These are not where these movies are going to stay, and they're not in any kind of order. I just put these here so we can kind of go through these quickly. And I'll tell you which ones I ordered and which ones I still need. So we have Munchies and Munchie. Let's see how we can do this here. This is just kind of a makeshift little demonstration here. We have Love at First Bite and Once Bitten, The Outing and The Godsend, Naked Vengeance and Vendetta. Now those are the 4 newest ones I just got. These are ones I had already. Blackula and Scream, Blackula, Scream. Ghost House and Witchery, The Beast of Hollow Mountain and the Neanderthal Man, Metamorphosis and Beyond Darkness, Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2, Terror Vision and the Video Dead, X-Ray and Schizoid, Cellar Dweller and Catacombs, that's a fun double bill, Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror, Scanners 2, Scanners 3, The Night of the Sorcerers and the Lorelei's Grasp, Bad Dreams, Visiting Hours, Troll and Troll 2, Millennium and Rotor, Murders in the Rue Morgue and the Dunwich Horror. These are starting to fall over. We're almost done here. I think I left off here. Tentacles and Reptilicus, Destroyer and Edge of Sanity, The Food of the Gods and Frogs, and Empire of the Ants and Jaws of Satan. Now I do have a list here of some of the ones I'm missing, and I recently picked up the Terror Within 1 and 2. I got that for a pretty good price on eBay. And I picked up The Curse and The Curse 2 on eBay. So those are still coming in, but I still need Vampire's Kiss and High Spirits. That's a double bill. Caged Heat, Jackson County Jail, The House Where Evil Dwells and Ghost Warrior, Species 3, Species 4, Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3. That has gone through the roof price-wise. I think that's anywhere from like $150 to $200. I'll never pay that for that movie. I would rather just not have it for that price. But if I can find it for a good price, I will pull the trigger. Ghoulies and Ghoulies 2, Carrie and Carrie 2 The Rage, Amazons and Barbarian Queen. And I said I already got the Terror Within 1 and 2. And the last one was called Big Bad Mama 1 and 2. So those are the ones I'm going to chip away at over time. And that, like I said, that's part of the fun of collecting. You don't have to try to get them all at one time. You don't have to be a FOMO sexual. You can just be a collector and find it at your price. So anyway, guys, that is it for now. This will definitely be my last video for the year. I do have a stack of like thrift shop stuff, but I'm going to wait to add more to it. And that'll probably be my first video in the new year. So again, thank you guys for the continued support. I always appreciate, the views and everything, and it's nice to talk to you guys, and hope you enjoy these videos. I enjoy making them. It's fun. So take care. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the best to you in 2022.